I had like a really interesting discussion with myself in my mind. I was thinking about the fact that I feel like in this lifetime I've been faced with the challenge of overcoming the feelings I get, or the feelings that are triggered by interacting with people who have very flat reactions to things that you talk about. For example, I go to someone and I'm like, hey, I want to share this like really exciting piece of news with you. And they're like, oh yeah, cool. Yeah, that's great. When I was thinking about it and talking about it with myself, I said that it was somewhat, I mean, if you're not careful, it can be really deflating and feel kind of rejecting in a way. And not in the sense that this is like doing you any good. Like, I feel like in terms of rejection can teach you a lot about yourself and about how to overcome it, but this is just, it just doesn't feel good, and it doesn't really feel like it's doing any good either. And so I was thinking about the fact that I feel like I've been dealt I've dealt with a lot of situations, and I guess maybe it's in a way repeating things that I experienced in childhood and trying to overcome it. Like, I don't know if this is psychology or if this is just spirituality, but I guess the two interlock. But anyway, I read somewhere that you repeat the same things that happen to you, like traumas that happen to you, the same things get given to you over and over in life until you learn to overcome it. And I think maybe that's one of the things that I've been dealt with. I seem to attract it a lot in my life. And I know most of the time, I want to say like 90% of the time, it's never intentionally harmful. Whoever is like dealing that out to me isn't trying to make me feel bad or trying to make me feel small. It just does happen that way. It's just a feeling that gets triggered within me. Because it kind of sucks. It's like, I want to share this news with this person, maybe because they're a friend or someone that I care about, and I feel comfortable enough, and that's just the kind of thing you do with the people that you care about. And so it's just strange, because I feel like the other way around, whenever people like this share things with me or share things with other people, they have this like light that goes off inside of them, and they're glowing about like whatever they're talking about. They glow, and it's really lovely. And I guess maybe they don't see it that way. Like, they don't see and appreciate, well, not necessarily, but they don't actively respond and engage with that reaction. Like, they might acknowledge it, but they're not responding to that as well. And I think I didn't realize how important it is not just to intentionally mirror people's body languages, but I think noticing that and being one of those people who just kind of automatically do that, I think I just assumed other people did, because that's kind of what I do. Like, if I see someone's really excited about something, I don't know, I just feel like I share that joy with them. And I like being in that joy with them. I like being in that space with them. But I think what I feel is the sense of detachment when I share something with someone and they're like, it just kind of feels like they're standing on the outside and I'm talking to myself. And I feel like I'm talking to myself, but also I'm not. Because when I talk to myself about these things, which I do frequently, because I'm making this fucking voice recording, I obviously talk to myself a lot. I'm so excited and I share that joy, and I'm happy for myself, and I'm very obviously enthusiastic about it. So I don't understand why it feels so isolating to interact with people who do things like that. And it's obviously, like, I want to repeat again, it's not intentional. Like, 90% of the time it's not intentional. It's just how they react. But what I want to work on is my reaction to that. Because, I mean, in the past, I would just get mad and frustrated and upset, because I was like, I want to tell you all this really exciting stuff, and I'm so happy to share it with you, and you have no reaction whatsoever. Like, you're not encouraging or enthusiastic. You don't seem to care. And I think that's what bothered me the most, is that there was just this feeling of just complete disinterest in whatever I'm talking about, and feeling, I guess, neglected in the conversation, and neglected as a human being in a way, because it feels like you're being rejected. You're being rejected in a way that doesn't seem to benefit you in any way. Like, you're not growing from it. You're just, someone's pretty much just like, I don't give a fuck about what you're saying. And it feels like feels like you're being shut down, and it feels awful. But I think what I'm working on now, because I know that in the past it could have been more of a validation thing where I was getting validation, because I did struggle a lot trying to validate my own feelings and celebrate my own successes. So I did turn to other people whenever I faced success, because I was like, is it okay for me to celebrate? Like, I'm not sure. I was looking for guidance in that respect. And so now what I'm working on is being able to be like, I'm happy for me, and I'm really excited about it. And I guess in a way gatekeeping my joy, because I'm learning to appreciate me appreciating my joy, and that being enough for me, so that if I do feel like sharing with other people who I know might have a flat reaction, it doesn't hurt because I've already celebrated it. So it kind of just feels like I'm talking about the weather rather than something super exciting and new. Yeah, I just thought it was really interesting that I had that reaction in the past, because now I'm like, I don't know if it's like an avoidant thing. It could be an avoidant thing to be like, I don't want to deal with it at all. But I also think that it's really helpful for me to celebrate my own successes on my own and not need that guidance from anyone else, and learn to come to myself before I go out to someone else. Obviously, if I feel like I can't deal with it and I feel overwhelmed, I'm not opposed to going and asking for help or asking for support in any way. But my main goal for this year is to learn and build trust with myself. That's what I want to do. It's where I want to channel all my energy. I think it also feels like I expected so much from other people because I felt like it was going to fill the void that I felt that I had within me. And obviously that doesn't work, because the outside validation can't fix inside feelings. And I've learned that the hard way. And that's fine. It was a really valuable lesson. But what concerns me is that, I don't know, like, I do have friends that do want to celebrate my successes with me and do get that same kind of joy. And it feels really lovely. It feels so good to celebrate something that someone's equally excited about with you. But I'm not sure if that's just like a rarity. Is that something that I'm not going to come across that often? Because to be quite frank, it's not a super common thing in the friendships that I've had. And that's okay. Like, it's not, I don't think that it's like a big deal. I don't know. It just feels good to be in the same bubble of excitement and bubble of contentment with someone else and share that with someone else. And it does kind of sound like, the way I'm describing it kind of sounds like how you would describe a romantic relationship, but I don't think that's what it is. I honestly think it's just a bigger form of empathy and being able to empathize with someone and just feel their feelings. And I definitely don't expect that with every aspect, but I don't know. I'm really not sure. I don't know what this is. This is just something that I thought about. And I thought it was really interesting. Yeah.